The heart chakra is the radiant center of emotional truth, where love, compassion, and inner peace flow freely when awakened. In a world often clouded by fear and disconnection, the heart offers a powerful path back to unity and understanding. By turning inward and allowing the energy of the heart to expand, we dissolve old barriers, open to deeper relationships, and reconnect with our most authentic selves. This meditation journey invites you to soften the mind, release past wounds, and embrace the boundless love that already lives within you, ready to illuminate every corner of your life. The heart chakra is the living center of your emotional harmony and the gateway to a deeper relationship with yourself and with the world around you. When you allow this space to open, you begin to sense a quiet truth rising from within, that you are worthy of love and capable of giving it freely. Many people go through life believing that love is something they must earn, yet the heart chakra teaches that love is a natural expression of your inner being. As you awaken this energy, you begin to feel the warmth of acceptance that has always been waiting for you. This gentle power begins to guide you toward a more compassionate way of living. It becomes the foundation for the change your spirit has long been seeking. There comes a moment in every person's journey when they feel the inner call to awaken something deeper than their daily routine. That call is not a coincidence, but a reminder from your spirit that your heart holds a wisdom far beyond the noise of the world. When you listen closely, you sense that the heart is urging you to return to your authentic self. In this space, you no longer carry the weight of judgment or fear, and you begin to sense the freedom of emotional clarity. Awakening this chakra does not demand perfection, but simply a willingness to be present with who you truly are. Through this presence, your emotional harmony becomes stronger and more vibrant. It becomes a quiet force guiding your life in a new direction. The heart chakra expands as you allow love to flow without resistance and without expectation. When you choose to open this energy center, you give yourself permission to feel deeply and honestly. Many people are afraid of vulnerability, yet the heart teaches that vulnerability is not weakness, but the doorway to genuine connection. As you explore this space, you learn that your emotions do not control you, but instead guide you toward deeper truth. You begin to honor your feelings not as burdens, but as messages from your inner self. This shift in understanding awakens a profound sense of emotional balance that radiates into every part of your life. To awaken the heart chakra is to recognize that love begins within you before it ever reaches another person. You cannot pour from an empty vessel, and the heart reminds you to nourish yourself first. When you offer yourself kindness, patience, and compassion, you create an energetic foundation that naturally extends outward. Others feel your authenticity and sincerity because these qualities originate from your healed inner world. Self-love is not selfish but essential to awakening the highest expression of the heart. Through this cultivation, your emotional harmony becomes steady and strong. It becomes a guiding presence in all your relationships. The heart chakra is a center of truth that helps you see your life with clarity beyond the illusions of past pain. When past hurts are left unhealed, they can cloud your ability to fully feel love. This chakra invites you to gently confront the memories that still hold emotional weight. As you breathe into this space with compassion, you begin to release those old patterns that no longer serve your growth. You discover that healing is not about forgetting, but about transforming how those memories live within you. With each release, your emotional harmony becomes more spacious. You feel lighter and more connected to the present moment. To awaken this chakra, you must allow stillness into your life. In the quiet moments, your heart speaks the loudest. Meditation becomes a bridge that connects your conscious awareness with the deeper wisdom of your heart. Through slow breathing and focused intention, the energetic center in your chest begins to glow and expand. You feel the tension in your body melt into gentleness. The mind becomes a servant of the heart rather than its ruler. With practice, this harmony becomes natural and begins to shape your decisions. It brings a calm confidence that guides you through challenges with grace. Love is the natural language of the heart chakra, and you begin to understand it not as an emotion, but as a state of being. In this awakened state, you feel connected not only to people, but to life itself. You recognize beauty in the details that once went unnoticed. You feel gratitude for small moments that bring warmth to the soul. This sense of connection strengthens your emotional balance and helps you face the world with renewed hope. The heart teaches you that love is not limited but ever expanding. As you expand your own capacity for love, you also elevate the energy around you. Every act of compassion you offer strengthens your heart chakra. When you choose kindness even in moments of stress, you align yourself with the energy of emotional harmony. Small gestures such as listening with presence or offering encouragement can have a powerful impact on your heart. These actions remind you that love is not measured by grand moments, but by the consistency of your intention. Over time, these compassionate choices create a foundation of emotional stability. Your heart becomes more open and resilient. You begin to trust the power of gentle action. Forgiveness is an essential key to awakening the heart chakra because it removes the barriers that restrict emotional flow. Holding onto resentment keeps your energy heavy and closed. When you choose to forgive, you do not excuse the past, but free yourself from the pain it carries. This release creates space for healing and renewal. You begin to understand that forgiveness is a gift to yourself. As you practice this release regularly, your emotional harmony becomes deeper and more grounded. You discover a new sense of inner peace that supports your growth. Awakening the heart chakra gives you the courage to love, even when the world feels uncertain. Love requires bravery because it asks you to open your heart without guarantees. Yet this openness does not make you fragile. It makes you powerful because you become aligned with your true nature. You learn that it is better to love with sincerity than to shield your heart behind fear. This courage expands your emotional strength. You walk through life knowing that your heart holds wisdom that can carry you through any challenge. Emotional harmony grows naturally when you begin to trust your intuition. The heart chakra strengthens this intuition because it connects you to a deeper awareness beyond logical thought. When you feel a pull towards something meaningful, it is often your heart guiding you. When something feels heavy or untrue, your heart signals you as well. As you learn to trust these signals, your decisions become aligned with your highest good. This alignment creates peace within your emotions. You begin to navigate life with clarity and confidence. To awaken this energy center, you must also be willing to receive love. Many people are comfortable giving but struggle to accept affection or appreciation. The heart chakra teaches that receiving love is just as sacred as offering it. When you allow others to support you, you strengthen your emotional harmony. You learn that you do not have to carry everything alone. Receiving love does not make you dependent, it makes you whole. Through this balance of giving and receiving, you cultivate a harmonious heart. The heart chakra awakens deeper empathy within you. You begin to feel the emotions of others with understanding rather than judgment. This empathy does not drain you when it is balanced with self-love. Instead, it enriches your relationships and brings depth to your connections. You learn to see the humanity in others, even when they struggle to express it. This perspective helps you move through the world with compassion. It grants you the ability to uplift others while staying grounded in your own emotional truth. The more you awaken this chakra, the more you recognize your own inner strength. Emotional harmony is not passive but deeply empowering. It allows you to stand firm in who you are while staying open to growth. You begin to value kindness as a force of transformation. You see that the heart is not weak but courageous and wise. When you live from this energy, your presence becomes soothing to others. You become a source of calm and inspiration. Your heart becomes a lighthouse that guides others toward their own healing. Awakening the heart chakra helps you overcome self-doubt because it brings you back to your inherent worthiness. You realize that you do not need external validation to feel whole. Your worth comes from within and radiates outward. As this realization deepens, your emotional harmony becomes strong and secure. You no longer depend on others to define your value. You walk with confidence that is grounded in authenticity. This inner assurance empowers you to pursue your dreams with passion and clarity. The heart chakra teaches you to embrace the present moment with gratitude. When you see life through the eyes of the heart, you become aware of the beauty within your journey. Gratitude shifts your energy from lack to abundance. It reminds you that every breath is a gift and every experience has a purpose. Living with gratitude strengthens your emotional harmony and keeps your heart open. It helps you navigate both joys and challenges with grace. It awakens a peaceful rhythm in your life. To open the heart fully, you must release the need for control. The heart chakra flows best when you trust the unfolding of your life. Control creates tension, while trust creates expansion. When you surrender your fears, you allow the universe to guide you toward what is meant for you. This surrender does not mean giving up, but allowing space for miracles to unfold. Your emotional harmony grows as you learn to let go. You begin to feel supported by life rather than burdened by it. The heart chakra reminds you that connection is one of the most powerful forces on earth. When you open your heart, you create meaningful bonds with others. These connections help you feel understood and supported. They encourage you to grow into the fullest version of yourself. When your heart is open, you attract relationships that align with your soul. You also release those that no longer resonate. This process strengthens your emotional balance and ensures your life is filled with genuine connection. As your heart awakens, you begin to see challenges as opportunities for deeper understanding. Instead of closing off when life becomes difficult, you lean into your inner strength. You ask what lesson the experience is meant to teach you. This perspective shifts your emotional state from resistance to acceptance. You begin to trust that your heart has the capacity to heal from anything. This resilience becomes a guiding force in your life. It shapes your character and deepens your wisdom. The heart chakra teaches you to move through life with compassion for yourself. You learn to honor your journey without criticizing your past choices. You recognize that every step you have taken has brought you to this moment of awakening. Self-compassion creates emotional harmony by allowing forgiveness to flourish within you. It encourages you to treat yourself with the same kindness you offer to others. This inner softness brings healing to the deepest parts of your spirit. It opens the way for greater love to enter your life. Your heart begins to glow brighter as you practice consistency in nurturing your emotional well-being. Just as the body needs nourishment, the heart needs care, attention, and intention. Simple practices like mindful breathing, journaling, or quiet reflection strengthen your connection to this chakra. Over time, these practices create a stable emotional environment within you. You begin to move through your days with a softness that does not weaken you. It strengthens you from the inside out. This stability becomes a natural part of your presence. The heart chakra awakens your ability to see good in yourself and in others. When your heart is open, you recognize the potential for love in every interaction. You see beyond surface-level differences and appreciate the shared humanity that connects us all. This perspective enriches your emotional harmony and helps you contribute to a more compassionate world. You become a reflection of the love you cultivate within. Your presence invites others to open their hearts as well. Through this, shared energy healing becomes a collective experience. In awakening the heart, you discover the joy that comes from living authentically. Your emotions guide you with clarity and purpose. You no longer hide parts of yourself to fit expectations. Instead, you embrace your full identity with confidence. This authenticity strengthens your emotional harmony and brings freedom to your life. It allows you to build relationships based on truth rather than fear. It invites love to flow naturally and abundantly. As you continue awakening your heart chakra, you step into a life defined by openness, kindness, and emotional clarity. You no longer fear the depth of your own feelings. Instead, you welcome them as reminders of your humanity. With each breath, you become more aligned with your inner truth. You learn that love is not something you seek, but something you are. Emotional harmony becomes your natural state. The journey of the heart is ongoing, and every moment offers an opportunity to expand its light. When you choose love over fear, compassion over judgment, and presence over distraction, your heart grows stronger. With each choice, you elevate your own life and inspire others to do the same. This awakening becomes a powerful ripple that reaches far beyond your own experience. It becomes a testament to the strength of the human spirit. It becomes a reminder that love is the greatest force we possess. May your heart continue to open and guide you toward the love you deserve. Breath is the most powerful doorway into your heart because it carries the energy of life itself. When you breathe with intention, you invite calm clarity and softness into your emotional space. Every slow inhale reminds you that you are here and you are safe. Every gentle exhale releases what no longer serves you. This simple rhythm begins to dissolve the emotional barriers you have carried for years. It opens the way for compassion to rise naturally from within. As you breathe with awareness, you start to feel your body loosen and your mind become quieter. The noise that once clouded your heart begins to fade. In its place comes a sense of warmth that spreads gently through your chest. This warmth is your heart chakra waking up and responding to your intention. Through this awakening, you discover that you are capable of deeper love than you ever imagined. You begin to trust the healing process unfolding inside you. You allow each breath to guide you toward emotional freedom. When you combine breath with intention, your inner world begins to transform. Intention acts like a compass, pointing your energy toward healing, compassion, and growth. If you breathe with the intention to forgive, your body begins to soften around the weight of old pain. If you breathe with the intention to love, your heart expands in gentle waves. These moments show you that healing is not forced but invited. Through this invitation, you create a path toward emotional clarity. The heart responds to your sincerity with openness and grace. Breath helps you become aware of emotional blockages that may have been hidden for years. Sometimes you feel tightness in your chest or heaviness around your ribs. These sensations are reminders that energy has been trapped within you. Instead of resisting them, you breathe into them with patience. You allow the breath to circulate through the spaces that feel tense. With each exhale, the heaviness begins to lift. Through this process, your heart grows lighter and more receptive. You discover that release is a natural part of awakening. Intention adds meaning to every breath you take. It reminds you that you have the power to shape your inner experience. When you set the intention to heal your heart chakra, you activate a transformative energy within you. This energy begins to dissolve the walls you built out of fear. It encourages you to face emotions you once avoided. You realize that your vulnerability holds great strength. Through intention, you learn to direct your breath where it is needed most. This creates a steady path toward compassion. Breathing with intention teaches you to honor your emotions rather than suppress them. Many people try to silence their feelings because they fear being overwhelmed. Yet the heart chakra thrives when emotions are acknowledged with kindness. As you breathe into your feelings, you create space for them to soften. You discover that emotions are not enemies, but guides leading you toward deeper understanding. This gentle acceptance helps you release resistance. It allows compassion to flow more freely through your heart. You feel lighter with every breath. Every moment of intentional breathing reconnects you to the present moment. The heart cannot heal when trapped in the past or lost in the future. It needs your presence and your awareness. Breath anchors you to the now and helps your mind settle into stillness. In this stillness, the heart can express its truth clearly. You begin to hear the quiet messages of your inner self. You sense what needs release and what needs nurturing. This clarity strengthens your emotional balance. It becomes a foundation for lasting compassion. When emotional blockages begin to dissolve, you may feel waves of warmth or even gentle tingling across your chest. These sensations are signs of movement within your heart chakra. They show that energy is beginning to flow where it was once stuck. Instead of fearing these feelings, you embrace them with gratitude. You know that your breath is clearing space for new love and understanding. You allow these sensations to unfold naturally. Through this openness, your inner world becomes brighter. Your heart becomes a source of peace. Each intentional breath invites compassion to rise within you. Compassion is not something you force. It grows naturally when your heart becomes unburdened. With each inhale, you feel your heart expand slightly. With each exhale, you release fear, judgment, and self-doubt. This cycle helps you develop a deeper sense of empathy for both yourself and others. You begin to see life through softer eyes. Compassion becomes the lens through which you understand the world. It becomes the foundation of your emotional growth. Breath is a bridge between your physical body and your spiritual energy. As you breathe with purpose, you activate the energetic pathways within your chest. This activation allows old emotional patterns to surface and dissolve. You become aware of beliefs that once limited your capacity for love. Through breath and intention, you begin to rewrite these patterns with compassion. You replace doubt with trust and shame with acceptance. This transformation strengthens your emotional resilience. It helps you move through life with greater ease. Intention helps you stay connected to your heart even during moments of stress. When challenges arise, you may feel your chest tighten or your breath quicken. These reactions are natural, but they do not need to control you. You pause, place your hand over your heart, and breathe deeply. You set an intention to stay grounded. As you breathe, the tension melts away. You feel centered once again. Through this simple practice, you build emotional stability. You learn to return to your heart whenever you need strength. Breath helps you move through emotional pain with gentleness. Pain often feels heavy and overwhelming, yet when you breathe into it with intention, you discover that it loosens its grip. The breath teaches you that healing does not happen through force, but through presence. As you witness your feelings without judgment, they begin to transform. You learn to hold yourself with compassion, even in difficult moments. This compassion becomes an anchor for your emotional growth. It guides you back to balance again and again. When emotional blockages dissolve, you become more open to receiving love. Many people struggle to accept kindness because their hearts have been closed for too long. Breathing with intention softens these barriers. You begin to feel worthy of love in all its forms. You allow compliments to be received rather than dismissed. You accept support without guilt. This openness strengthens your heart chakra. It allows compassion to flow both outward and inward. It creates harmony within your emotional world. Breathing with intention helps you reconnect with your inner child. Deep within your heart lives a part of you that longs for safety, love, and acceptance. This inner child may carry old wounds that still influence your emotional patterns. As you breathe gently, you invite this part of yourself to feel seen. You send comforting energy into the places that once felt neglected. With each breath, your inner child begins to relax. You experience a sense of emotional unity. Healing becomes a natural unfolding. Through intentional breath, you learn to let go of the fear that keeps your heart guarded. Fear often masks itself as protection, yet it creates distance between you and genuine connection. When you breathe into your fear with compassion, you begin to see its true nature. You realize that fear is simply a signal that you need more understanding. As you breathe, the fear loosens its hold. You find the courage to open your heart again. This courage leads you toward emotional freedom. Your breath becomes a sacred ritual that strengthens your heart chakra each day. You learn to breathe deeply when you wake and before you sleep. These moments help you set the tone for your emotional state. As you breathe, you choose compassion over judgment and patience over frustration. You remind yourself that healing is not a race. It is a journey supported by every conscious breath. This practice helps your heart remain open and stable. It nurtures a sense of peace within you. Breathing with intention teaches you to respond with love instead of reacting with fear. When conflict arises, your breath becomes a tool for clarity. You inhale slowly and allow your emotions to settle before speaking. This pause gives your heart space to guide your words. You communicate with empathy rather than defensiveness. This approach strengthens your relationships. It helps you build deeper connections based on understanding. Your heart grows stronger with each compassionate response. As you continue to breathe intentionally, you develop a greater awareness of your emotional patterns. You notice moments when resistance arises or when sadness tries to hide beneath anger. Instead of pushing these feelings away, you breathe into them. You allow the breath to uncover what lies beneath. This honesty creates a powerful healing environment within you. You realize that emotional harmony comes from facing your truth with compassion. This understanding deepens your relationship with your heart. Breath and intention help you forgive yourself for past mistakes. You breathe into the places where guilt still lingers. You set an intention to release self-judgment and embrace growth. With each inhale, you allow forgiveness to enter your heart. With each exhale, you let go of the pain attached to old memories. This practice transforms your relationship with yourself. You begin to see your past not as a source of shame but as a stepping stone. Emotional harmony becomes a natural result of this forgiveness. When you breathe with compassion, you begin to see others through a lens of understanding. You realize that everyone carries unseen battles and unspoken pain. Instead of reacting with frustration, you pause and breathe. You set an intention to offer kindness. This simple shift can change the energy of an entire interaction. You become a source of comfort in a world that often rushes and forgets to listen. Your heart chakra thrives in this energy. It grows stronger each time you choose compassion over criticism. Intentional breathing helps you recognize the beauty of small, everyday moments. You slow down long enough to feel the sun on your skin or hear the gentle rhythm of your own heartbeat. These moments remind you that life is rich with peace when you allow yourself to experience it. You breathe deeply and appreciate the gift of being present. This presence nourishes your heart. It fills you with gratitude that radiates outward. You begin to live with a more open and receptive spirit. Through breath and intention, you learn to surrender the need for absolute control. You allow life to unfold with trust rather than fear. Each inhale reminds you that you are supported. Each exhale releases tension and doubt. You begin to understand that surrender does not mean giving up. It means creating space for new possibilities. This space allows your heart chakra to expand freely. It helps compassion flow into every area of your life. Breath empowers you to remain calm in moments of emotional turbulence. When emotions rise quickly, you ground yourself with a slow, steady inhale. You exhale with intention and feel the intensity ease. This practice helps you avoid impulsive reactions. It allows your heart to lead instead of your fears. Through this control, you gain confidence in your emotional resilience. You trust yourself to handle difficult situations. This trust strengthens your inner foundation. Intention guides your breath toward deeper levels of healing and insight. When you breathe with a clear purpose, you tap into the wisdom of your heart. You may set the intention to let go, forgive, love, or understand. Each intention invites transformation. You begin to feel shifts within your energy field. These shifts open new pathways for compassion. They help you cultivate emotional depth. You discover that intention is a powerful ally on your healing journey. Breath teaches you that love is not something to chase, it is something to align with. When your heart is open and your energy is balanced, love flows naturally into your life. You attract relationships that match your emotional frequency. You connect with others from a place of authenticity. This alignment creates harmony within your life. It allows you to experience love without fear. It opens the door to deeper human connection. Breath and intention help you maintain emotional balance even when the world feels chaotic. You learn to return to your inner stillness again and again. This stillness becomes a sanctuary within you. It is a place where fear dissolves and compassion grows. You discover that your heart is capable of handling both joy and sorrow with grace. Through this awareness, you become more grounded. You become more aligned with your true self. As you continue this practice, your heart chakra becomes a source of strength rather than vulnerability. You realize that emotional openness is a gift. It allows you to experience life fully and deeply. Every intentional breath reminds you of your resilience. Every moment of awareness strengthens your capacity for compassion. You become a vessel of love for yourself and for the world. Your heart shines with clarity and purpose. May your breath always guide your heart toward kindness. A consistent heart-centered meditation practice becomes a sanctuary where your mind softens and your emotions find space to breathe. Through this sacred routine, you teach yourself to return again and again to the quiet truth that lives within your chest. Each session becomes a reminder that peace is not found in the world around you, but within the rhythm of your own energy. As you sit in stillness, your heart begins to open like a flower receiving morning light. You feel the weight of past worries slowly dissolving. You begin to understand that consistency is the key to awakening deeper love. When you meditate from the heart, you begin to nurture a relationship with your inner self that feels honest and grounding. You create a safe space where judgment does not exist, and where your emotions can rise without resistance. This inner sanctuary becomes a place where compassion blossoms naturally. you begin to feel more patient with your own healing and more forgiving of your own journey. Over time, this practice shapes your understanding of who you truly are. It teaches you that your heart is far stronger and more expansive than you once believed. As your heart-centered practice deepens, you start to feel a steady sense of calm that follows you throughout the day. This calm does not depend on external conditions because it grows from within your energetic center. You feel more resilient in the face of challenges and more grounded when life becomes uncertain. This inner stability allows you to navigate difficult moments with grace. You notice that you no longer react with the same intensity as before. Instead, you approach life with greater clarity and understanding. Meditation strengthens your connection to the present moment, which is the only place where true peace exists. When you bring your awareness to your breath and your heart, you silence the noise of past regrets and future worries. You feel the gentle pulse of life moving through you. You realize that every moment is a new opportunity to return to love. Through this presence, you cultivate a sense of inner spaciousness that makes room for compassion. You become more mindful of your thoughts and emotions without letting them control you. A heart-centered practice opens the door to healthier and more meaningful relationships. When your heart is balanced, you communicate with kindness and listen with understanding. You become more aware of the energy you bring into your interactions. Instead of reacting from fear or frustration, you respond from love. This approach deepens your bonds and invites people to meet you at the same level of authenticity. You begin to attract relationships that are nurturing and supportive. Your heart becomes a magnet for genuine connection. As your meditation practice becomes consistent, you start to notice how much lighter your emotional world feels. The burdens you once carried so tightly begin to loosen. You feel a subtle shift in the way you process emotions. Instead of avoiding discomfort, you breathe through it with patience. You allow your heart to soften around your pain. This softening becomes a powerful form of healing. It teaches you that emotional release is not a moment but a process supported by your dedication. Heart-centered meditation helps you build a deeper sense of self-awareness that becomes a guiding force in your life. You begin to understand your emotional triggers and unmet needs with greater clarity. This self-knowledge empowers you to make choices that align with your well-being. You no longer abandon yourself for the comfort of others. Instead, you honor your boundaries and protect your peace. This awareness strengthens your emotional foundation. It helps you move through life with confidence and purpose. Consistency in meditation gradually rewires your inner dialogue. The harsh self-critic that once dominated your thoughts begins to quiet. In its place emerges a voice of kindness and encouragement. You start to speak to yourself with the same compassion you offer others. This transformation is one of the most profound gifts of heart-centered practice. It changes the way you see yourself and the world. It uplifts your energy and expands your capacity to love. It becomes a source of continuous renewal. As your practice deepens, you develop a stronger sense of emotional presence. You learn to experience feelings without becoming consumed by them. This emotional intelligence allows you to move gracefully through both joy and sorrow. You begin to understand that every emotion has a purpose. Joy reminds you of your expansion, while sadness reminds you of your depth. By accepting both, you cultivate a balanced and harmonious heart. This balance becomes the anchor that keeps you centered in times of change. Your meditation practice helps you dissolve old emotional patterns that once kept your heart closed. You begin to see that these patterns were never permanent but simply responses to past experiences. Through gentle awareness, you release the stories that no longer serve your growth. Each breath becomes an opportunity to create space for renewed love. You replace fear with understanding and doubt with trust. This transformation unfolds naturally as you remain committed to your practice. You become the author of your emotional freedom. Heart-centered meditation strengthens your intuition because it aligns your mind with the wisdom of your heart. You begin to sense what choices feel right and which ones drain your energy. This inner guidance becomes clearer the more you practice. You start to trust your instincts and follow your inner truth with confidence. This intuitive clarity helps you make decisions that honor your well-being. It leads you toward experiences that nourish your spirit. It becomes a compass for your journey. When you practice consistently, your heart chakra becomes more receptive to love in all its forms. You begin to notice moments of beauty that once slipped past you. A gentle breeze, a kind smile, a moment of silence all become invitations for gratitude. This heightened awareness enriches your emotional world. It reminds you that life is filled with small blessings that nourish your heart. Through this awareness, your compassion grows naturally. You begin to appreciate the sacredness of ordinary moments. Meditation helps you cultivate inner stillness, which becomes a powerful source of strength. In stillness, you find clarity that the world cannot give you. You feel connected to something greater than your worries. This connection helps you rise above fear and uncertainty. You become more anchored in your truth. You begin to trust that you are guided and supported. This trust strengthens your emotional resilience and brings lasting peace. It allows your heart to expand beyond limitation. A consistent practice teaches you patience with yourself. Healing is not linear and growth unfolds at its own pace. Meditation reminds you that you do not need to rush your journey. You simply need to show up with presence and intention. Through this patience, you learn to honor your process. You stop comparing your progress to others. You embrace the unique rhythm of your own heart. This acceptance becomes a profound act of self-compassion. It nurtures your emotional stability. Heart-centered meditation helps you release the fear of vulnerability. As you sit with your heart each day, you begin to see that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a doorway to connection. You allow yourself to be seen and understood. You open your heart to experiences that once felt intimidating. This openness invites deeper bonds and greater self-trust. It teaches you that your heart is strong enough to handle authentic expression. You feel empowered to live more fully. You begin to embrace your true self. A dedicated heart practice gradually releases accumulated tension from your emotional body. You feel your chest grow lighter, your breath become deeper, and your energy become smoother. This release is not sudden, but unfolds gently over time. You may notice moments of spontaneous clarity or sudden relief. These are signs that your emotional field is healing. As tension dissolves, your natural compassion rises. It moves effortlessly through your heart and into your actions. This flow becomes a source of serenity. Meditation helps you detach from unnecessary emotional drama and cultivate inner neutrality. You learn to observe situations without absorbing their weight. This emotional freedom allows you to stay centered even when others are overwhelmed. You become a source of calm in chaotic environments. People feel safe around your steady presence. This grounded energy enhances your relationships and supports deeper trust. Your heart becomes a sanctuary for yourself and for others. You carry peace wherever you go. Through consistent practice, you begin to see the interconnectedness of all life. You feel compassion for strangers, animals, and nature because your heart recognizes the unity that binds us all. This expanded awareness deepens your spiritual understanding. It reminds you that compassion is not limited to personal relationships but can extend globally. Your meditation becomes a contribution to collective healing. It becomes an act of love beyond the self. It strengthens your sense of purpose. Heart-centered meditation strengthens your emotional boundaries by helping you understand what energies support you and what energies drain you. You learn to say no without guilt and yes without fear. This clarity protects your emotional well-being and supports healthy relationships. You begin to surround yourself with people who respect your growth and honor your journey. Your heart becomes more discerning. It guides you toward harmony rather than chaos. This discernment becomes a foundation for peaceful living. Consistency in meditation helps you develop a deeper connection with yourself that feels unshakable. You no longer depend on external validation to feel whole. You discover that your worthiness is inherent and everlasting. This realization awakens immense compassion within you. It frees you from the limitations of self-doubt. It allows you to walk through life with confidence and authenticity. Your heart becomes a source of inner security. This inner security radiates into every area of your life. A heart-centered practice nurtures your ability to stay open even after experiencing pain. You learn that closing your heart does not protect you, but hinders your healing. Through meditation, you gently reopen the doors that fear once sealed shut. This opening allows new love to enter your life. It helps you trust again. It invites meaningful experiences that nourish your soul. You become more courageous in your vulnerability. You discover the strength of choosing love. As your practice evolves, you feel more aligned with your purpose. Your heart guides you toward what feels meaningful and away from what feels draining. You begin to pursue goals that fulfill your spirit rather than impress the world. This alignment brings joy that rises naturally from within. It helps you live with integrity and clarity. It deepens your sense of direction. Your heart becomes the compass that leads you forward. Meditation opens you to the beauty of silence. In silence, you discover truths that words could never express. You feel the presence of your own soul. You connect with the deeper layers of your being. This connection fills you with peace beyond understanding. It teaches you that you are never alone. You are always supported by the wisdom within. This realization strengthens your emotional courage. It deepens your self-trust. The more consistently you meditate, the more you recognize the healing power of compassion. Compassion becomes your natural response to both your own struggles and the struggles of others. You begin to see the world through a lens of understanding rather than judgment. This shift in perception transforms your relationships and expands your heart. It helps you move through life with grace. It becomes the essence of who you are. It becomes your guiding light. May your heart always guide you toward love. In the end, the journey of awakening the heart chakra is a journey back to your truest self. It is a gentle return to the love, compassion, and inner peace that have always lived within you, waiting to be remembered. Through steady breath, intentional presence, and a consistent heart-centered practice, you learn to release old wounds, open to deeper connection, and live with greater emotional clarity. Your heart becomes your greatest teacher, guiding you toward a life filled with authenticity and understanding. Trust the wisdom within you and allow your heart to lead you with courage and grace. May your path forward be illuminated by love.